Welcome to the shop. I'm making a picture frame and out of some walnut, and I've got some that's rough sawn. It's been in the dry storage for a long time, and I've cut them to length. But as I check them, I find that they're twisted and not flat. So I'm using Mitch Peacock's winding sticks that he made. These are mahogany and boxwood. And basically, you'll see in the video, it's not very long, but you line these up, and if you see an equal amount on each side, then you know that your board is not twisted. But if the board is twisted or out of line, then you'll see part of one and all of another, or vice versa. So you put these on each end of it and you work them out. Mitch Peacock has a YouTube channel, and he does really amazing Japanese joinery and exhibitions of other fine woodworking, a lot of joinery. He makes these winding sticks and doing his YouTube videos, and they're exceptional. And I suggest you watch them. You can find him online. At any rate, that's what I'm doing now, is trying to get these done because I have a little bit of a deadline. And so I'm using these winding sticks to get them nice and true. So I'm using these winding sticks that I got from Mitch, and this looks nice and flat. And you see when you put this here, it's nice and flat, but it has a wind to it, and you don't see them without the winding sticks. Now, you might be able to take this off, put it on a flat surface, and see if there's a wobble to it. But this way, with these winding sticks, you have these two boxwood pieces up here. So when I'm sighting down it, I'm looking for that to be exposed. And that tells me when I look down here, I can see that I can't see that one, but I can see a lot of this one. So there's a twist to that board that I have to correct by planing. So I need to take this side down. So here's the forward winding stick. Now I'm going to bring this up, and you see that piece of boxwood on the left there first as I bring this up. Then you see that other one. So when you come down here to where that one disappears, if you see that other one, that means the board is twisted, and that's what we have to correct on this before we go too much further, because this is going to be a picture frame and it needs to be flat. So what I've done is I've planed off a portion here, and now I'm putting the winding sticks back on here and here, and the dots I put towards me, and I put it in the middle of the board, and that way I know the two boards are centered on that. And then as I sight down, I can see that by me planing out this area, now they're equal. So now I can go about just taking off some of the imperfections from the planing and just go all the way across the whole board. So I'll do that, and then once I have a finished face, that's my first face that I'll have to square everything else up to. So we'll just clean this up. That feels really good. We'll double check with the winding sticks. And let's see. That is excellent. Excellent. So we have one good surface to start our project. So what I'm going to do, I don't want to put a mark here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little line right on the end, because we're going to cut these down for the frame. But now I know that the one with the mark is my nice and flat true board surface. Now I can go on and get one that's right angle to it, and then we'll thickness it down so that it's equal all the way through. So my end mark, I know that this is my original face, and I've planed a right angle to it, and so I have to check that. So I put my square on the side that I first planed, and then I hold it up to the light, And I can see that this edge here is a feather up, but not very much. So I'm going to give it one more pass here and try to correct it with my plane. And it won't take much, so I'm going to pull back my iron because I don't want to take a lot off of it. So I bring the wheel back, give it a nudge, and I bring it back forward again so that it is always on the push. So here we go, and I'm just going to correct that a little bit. And that might have done it. Do one more pass. Little dimple there. I think that's okay for now. Let's check it again. Yeah. And now there's no light underneath the square. So we now have two sides that are square to it. So this is that opposite side. So I have my finished side here, and now I'm squaring up the other one. And then we'll, after we get this all of this rough sawn stuff off, then we can look at the dimensions of them and see that the dimensions are equal. But there's no point in doing that until you get the saw marks out of here from the mill. So that's looking good. A little bit more there. Now it doesn't matter too much. I might check it now because it's going to be a frame and we're going to put a rabbet on one side, or a rebate if that's the terminology you prefer. So we're checking this side. We're going to check the thickness on this side. Lock this off. And we're going to check it here. So that looks pretty good. I think we're doing really well. Now we'll check from the good side to this other side for square. And that looks really good too. So I think we can go ahead and get this back part down a little bit, and then we'll have a billet that we're actually going to be almost ready to actually use, but we still have to turn this stuff into more of this. So we'll take a few passes off of here. And see, here's the original saw marks. That's all that's being left, is this little area there. So you can't take that off. You have to take this off first so that you stay with an even thickness. But every pass that you go through, this becomes smaller, that area that is not being touched. This side's high. Good. Good. See if I can show you this. Check down there too. Always check more than one point on the board. So I've taken a little bit off this side more than this, and because I noticed it was not straight before. So now we're trying to correct a little bit of that before I take off too much, and that did correct it somewhat. So we'll continue. Every few passes, we stop. Do it again. this side is still high. So I'll take a few more passes on that side and try it again. Oh, much better. I had to edit this way down because otherwise you would just see me planing and planing and planing, because I made 4 of these. But you can see now from that rough material, they're nice and square and equal widths and thicknesses, and mostly due to using these winding sticks on this to do that. So get yourself a pair, maybe order some from Mitch. He's in the UK, but he ships to the United States. That's how I have these, and they're really beautifully made. Watch Mitch's YouTube channel. You'll learn a lot, and to get to know him, he's a really nice guy. But well worth supporting his YouTube channel, because a lot of good information on it. So until next time I see you in the shop, this is just a little short one, and I'll continue on working this frame out to get it done. So until then, everybody take care of yourselves, take care of your friends, and be kind. Talk to you later.